Cat filters all messages. What's going on? Huh. I don't know why it's not doing it there. Okay, it's interesting. I don't know why it's not doing it. So, for some reason, when I turned off the video, it showed up that it gives a different image than what my thing usually says. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? WCMW Fab. Let's see. I have seen you here before, I think. I'm looking at your channel. I remember seeing all the pictures of the skies. I know I've seen you somewhere before. Yeah, I was just going to do a quick live stream. I don't have a whole lot of battery power. But, I was thinking about the differences between writing out a script and going live. You know, you write people, and I've done it too, written out a script and put together something to say. And I can be a lot more articulate when I write things down than I am impromptu, verbatim kind of live stream. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I kind of put my live streams on private afterwards, or I delete them, because I feel like, you know, I fumbled my words too much. I didn't articulate the things I wanted to articulate, and I just don't sound as well spoken as I'd like to. But I've got a whole bunch of different writings because I spent a lot of time writing things that are way more articulate. And it actually makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. Like being put on the spot, I hear you. Yeah, it is. It is. I was looking at my this when I turned the video off, it gave a different image than what usually gives my channel picture, which is just a quote of scripture: "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." But yeah, it's just one of the things I was thinking of. It's like, you know, I spent time writing a lot of different things. I've written a lot about a variety of topics. I think my Samsung Notes, because I use my phone more than I use a computer anymore. I used to type things in the computer. I had a blog for a while. And I noticed, you know, you can take more time to think and think things through, even do some real quick research to kind of fact check yourself on things. Look up definitions of words, use the thesaurus for, you know, broadening the literary work of what you're writing. And it's way, way more professional to put a script together and either read off of a teleprompter or memorize a short script to be able to do a live stream, or to be able to do a video recording. See right there, if I was doing a pre-written video and editing and all that, I would have edited that out because it was just a fumble of words. I don't know. And part of me thinks that, you know, it's almost manufactured, you know, and there's a value in it, but I also see some folly in it too. But yeah, I was wondering, you know, what maybe some of my subscribers or viewers thought about that. Is if, you know, if they prefer to see content that's impromptu and You know, pretty much, I mean, it's like, it is what it is. Or seeing things that are polished up. I actually like them both myself. I like it when people are polishing their videos, but then they do outtakes to show the reality behind the deal. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, they did a really good video, but they foobarred quite a bit, and you can see it when they do the outtakes. And you know, to me, it's kind of funny, and it gives us a sense of being able to relate to people that are doing this for, you know, kind of like on a more professional standard. Yeah, me too. But yeah, I mean, I don't really, I gotta see how much I'm already, I've already lost. I'm down to like 16% battery power, so I'm not gonna be on here long. I just want to do a short video and kind of maybe take the pulse of people and see what they think about, you know, that particular um, topic. You know, there's a lot of topics I'd like to talk about, but that's one of them I really haven't hit a lot on. You know, is the differences, and it's one of the reasons I don't go live a whole lot. You know, I mean, I do more than I used to, but you know, there are times when I want to go live and I'm like, yeah, I really don't have the words put together even in my head to make any kind of valuable content, in my opinion. And then I have some people that are like, hey, I wish you would leave your live streams public so we could rewatch. And part of me is thinking, man, I just did a 2 hour live stream and there's probably only about 15 minutes worth of really good material in there that, you know, and I hate to have people go through an entire live stream just to find some kind of value in a very small amount, whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm just doing a little bit of live stream rambling right now. Darcy Smith, welcome in. Welcome, Darcy. Are you, have you ever been to my channel before, Darcy? I'm curious. I don't think I've seen you in here. Assad Muhammad. Welcome, welcome. I'm just curious if maybe YouTube fed the stream to different people or new people, because sometimes YouTube doesn't do that. And I'm just, okay. Well, welcome in. Yeah, you might want to check out my channel. I'm just kind of doing a short live stream talking about the difference between doing live streams and doing kind of edited, polished content, you know, where you just upload it and there's not real-time engagement with the people. That's actually one of the things I like about doing live streams, is I like engaging with people. Okay. And so WCMW you got a name I can call you? WCWM Fab. I just wondered, did you get a notification then? Is that why? Because I have some people that tell me that they've gotten notifications, and then other times the same people have said they never got a notification. Hey, Ronald Smith, you look familiar. I think I've seen you in here before. Ronald Smith. Maybe. I'm going to have to look and see and fact check myself. Nope, it looks like that might be your first time. I've seen some Ronald, I think Ronald something. Fab works. Yes, I got notifications. Okay, cool. The algorithms have been doing some weird stuff lately, you know, and it's all customized, and they make the censorship and the disconnections beyond any way that's able for people to be able to kind of pattern it out and find out how to hack them. It's really weird. Oh, thanks, Ronald. Yeah. Hey, Patrick. I know I've seen Patrick Stanley in here before. He used to be a mod. I took away the mod wrench from almost everybody. Just a few people that are like here all the time. Glad to see you back, Patrick. Um, just scrolling and you found it. Cool. Yeah, so and YouTube will send my stream into my live stream into different streams. I don't think I'm ever put in the mainstream, where you get like YouTube offers it to a very limited number of people. And oftentimes I'm finding that the people that comment in the live streams are either chatbots or maybe they're children, or people that are just prone to want to be vile or trolls or something. And I dismiss that. One thing I do say though with the live streams is I don't censor people for the content of their speech. The only thing I will censor is spam. That's it, and that's because it disrupts the chat. And I do, like I said, I like to engage with people, which is one of the benefits of doing a live stream over doing the polished, edited and whatever you want to call it, content, where I can have a pretty packed message of something, that might be of value to people in a short amount of time. It all depends. How much money do you have in your bank account right now? Well, there's quite an interesting question you would ask. What makes you think I have a bank account? Why would I tell somebody on the internet how much money I have in my account if I have an account? That's kind of funny. Yeah, not enough, right? Good answer, man. Not enough. Yeah, I'd like to open up a joint account. And if the teller says with who, I'd say whoever has the most amount of money. uh, yeah, it's funny. I don't know how people make it in these times with the inflation rates going up. A lot of people are working sometimes two jobs to be able to make ends meet. If I didn't already have my house, um, if I didn't already I have a mortgage on my house, but if I didn't get a mortgage 20 years ago and got a really low interest rate, I don't know how I'd be able to survive in this climate right now anyway. No, that's cool, Ron. What is the best advice you can give in general? The best advice I could ever give somebody is fear God and don't fear man. That would be the best advice. God can be trusted, but he is to be feared. Fear not man, who can only kill the body, and after that nothing else. Fear God, who is able to both kill the body and destroy the soul in hell. That would be the best advice I could give. Seek out wisdom. Don't trust the things that man says. Search out information and have a love for the truth. Those would be the things I would give advice. Yeah. God is merciful. He's merciful, and every one of us need it. We all need mercy, and that's Jesus Christ came to pay the price for the redemption of us from our sins, because there's hell to pay. That would be the best advice I give somebody. It's funny. I've had people ask me that same kind of a similar question, and I think it's a really interesting question. For one, that it shows somebody is kind of seeking wisdom, um, and it's not to blow my own horn. Ever since I was young, I always loved to listen to the aged, those that were older than me, those that had been through life, because they had, not only did they have awesome experiences and stories to tell, but they had wisdom to impart and share. And, I've always been a social guy, so I love to talk with people. And when I've run into people with wisdom, I just beg them to continue and share. And here I'm getting older, and now I got a little bit of gray in my beard. I'd like to say that I do have some wisdom. I'm not going to consider myself to be wise or, in any way all-knowing. That'd be dumb, but... Now, here's another thing that's a good advice. Don't discount information when you're presented with information that's in conflict with what you have believed in your heart. And that's something that's going on, and AI is really helpful for people with that, is to kind of confirm biases that people have. Um, Allow yourself to be challenged, because we're living in a world full of deception, and there's no lack of it. And in that my advice would be to uh, set your emotions aside, because when we believe things in our heart, our emotions are invested, and those emotions can lead us astray. So I would definitely say consider things that are in opposition with you, in conflict. The world is literally full of opposition, and opposition is good. Conflict is good. We need that to help us grow in this life and in this world. I'm going to catch up here. Um, that's beautiful, dude. I kind of knew you would say that. God bless you. So, all right, man. Cool. From Spain. I just blew $300. Any advice? You just blew $300? Like, how did you blow it? I'm curious, and I don't know what you would want advice on. Don't do it again. That would be my advice. uh, oh man, that's a hit. $300 is a hit. 2 words: savings account. Yeah, savings accounts aren't always. Actually, you're better off doing investments instead of savings. Really, you know. I invested in years ago. I knew after watching the market that silver was being suppressed. And so I bought some silver at a very low price. I went to some garage sales and got 925 in sterling and junk silver, old jewelry. I go through like uh, chests full of costume jewelry and pull out 5 to 10 ounces of silver, you know, and I'd get it for 25 cents an ounce or less, it's real cheap. And so I bought a whole bunch of silver, and knowing that it's going to go up one day. And then just here in, I think it was February, it went all the way up to $100. It was late January, early February. It went up to 100, just over $100. And I sold off a bunch of silver for $100. So that wasn't a savings account, that was an investment. And I literally made almost 1,000% of what I put into it. So that's a pretty good investment. You'll never get 1,000% interest on a savings account. Yeah. My brother did the same. Yeah. And it helps. It helps. I tried to share some of my advice with other people. My brother is one who's got some excellent advice that he doesn't take. And that's another thing, it's like there's a lot of people that have wise advice, but they don't take it themselves. My brother, and money is not the cure-all either. Money does answer all things. But he told me when Bitcoin first came out and it was like $1 a coin, $1 per coin, he said, you should invest into Bitcoin. He says, if you can, put like $1,000 into it. And I was like, yeah, and I don't know, it was like 2008, 2009. I don't remember exactly when, but it was over 10 years ago. And I just didn't trust digital currency. It was the first digital currency that I'd heard of, and it was becoming more and more popular, and it was selling for $1 a coin. And I was like, nah, I'm going to hold off on that. If I would have invested $1,000 into it, I would have been a multi-millionaire. I think almost $1 billion was if I would have sold like last September when it was at its all-time high. I'm probably not going to be able to be on here for too much longer. I'm down to 8% already, so anyway. But yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of do a live stream. My point was to kind of take the pulse of people and see what people might want. And I'll leave this live stream up, I think, and see if people prefer engaging in real time and seeing impromptu stuff, or seeing the scripted, manicured, well-written, well-presented things. I've got a lot of things I've written on. In fact, that's one of the things I kind of want to do, is just give an example. I'm going to look something up here real quick. Yeah, some of these things I can't even say on this platform because they will completely shut me down. Like, I've been put in medical misinformation prison for speaking the truth of things I've experienced in my own life and have seen in others. and some things that are, even verifiable. What'd you just eat? My Mr. Butter, man, look at this cat. He just ate something. He just caught something. I don't know if it was a mouse. I think it's a mouse. He has like a little white tail sticking out of his mouth. Did you get it? Was that good, buddy? That's a feral cat that actually became very. Oh, come here. Show the people Jetta Butters. Yeah, he was afraid of me a few months ago. He wouldn't come anywhere near me. Yeah, Jetta Butters. I love this guy. He's got a very gentle personality. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna see what you got over here in the food department. I met her Butters. See, he's scared. He gets all fidgety. Come on. Come on, Mother Butters. Yeah. Yeah. He gets nervous. But the funny thing is, even though he gets nervous, he knows that I'm a good guy. He knows I'm not a danger. He feels safe around me. Yeah. Yeah, Mister. I call him Mr. Buddy, but, names kind of have their way of evolving to Mitter Butters. Mitter Butters. Yeah, Butters. Random question. What time is it where you live? So I'm in Northwest Indiana, and I am on Central Time, and it is 8:10 p.m. Um, oh yeah, that's why I have cats, because I live in the woods, and yeah, mice are a thing here. Meant fur baby. Um, I don't know what you mean. Meant fur baby. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Your first one. Southern Oregon here. How is it in Southern Oregon? I have a brother who lives in Northern California. Oh, I must be down to 5%. My backlight just dropped. The backlight on the stream just dropped, so I met her Butters. Get him all skittish and scared, even though he knows he knows I'm not a threat, but he's just got that feral instinct to run whenever he gets startled with a noise or something moving in on him. He gets scared. Come here, buddy. He's like, yeah, it's just you. I know, but I'm scared. This guy is, he's actually a long-haired. I'm not sure what he's a mix of, but he's got calico, tabby, and maybe some Maine Coon or Siberian. But he's a gentle guy. We don't get many tomcats in this area that have kind of a gentle personality when you get to know them. When he first showed up, there was another cat that was beating him up and terrorizing him, and I just don't like that, so I trapped that cat and took him far away. Colorado. All right, let's see. Enough of that guy. Signs in the sun, moon, and the stars lately. Oh, 7:10 p.m. where I live. Okay. 7:10 must be, yeah, oh, you said Colorado, right? Yeah. Colorado's cool. I took my boys on a trip out west once, where we spent a few weeks traveling around, and we stopped in Colorado and did some, we went to Silvertown. I think that's the name of it, Silvertown. And we went ahead and did some panning for gold, and it was kind of cool. Me and my youngest son found a bunch of gold flakes, but my oldest son, he didn't find any. Yeah, oh, there's a lot of signs. So the Bible speaks of a whole bunch of different prophecies and signs to look for during the end times, and we're in what's called the beginning of sorrows. And there are dozens upon dozens of prophecies that include the geopolitical arena, they include the environment, the sun, the moon, the stars, um, the weather, the social prophecies, prophecies of deception, being abounding, which it is. It's like ridiculous now. There's so many prophecies. And I tell people, I definitely advise people to get out of those buildings that call themselves churches. They're businesses. Those buildings are all, if they're a US 26501c3 not for profit corporation, all assets are owned by the United States government. They can't just sell them and distribute money. People that donate to those organizations are literally giving money to the IRS. You know, but most people don't know that. But I tell them, get out of those. Those aren't the churches of God. Those aren't the churches of the Lord. Those are businesses that wicked men have put together to try to have a position of power and financial gain. That's exactly what they are. And they capture people's hearts and they scratch itching ears, tell people what they want to hear. The truth has never been a financially uh, um, profitable thing. It just hasn't. People don't love the truth. Weather manipulation. Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a shorts video that shows two planes running side by side. They're at the same altitude, going the same direction. One of them's overtaking the other one, and one of them has condensation trails, and the other one does not. And I thought that was a pretty unique thing to see. I don't think I've ever seen two airplanes side by side running that close together, and of the exact same. So I actually titled it "Fraternal Twins." My phone's gonna shut down on me here real soon. Taxation is theft, man. The love of money, not money, but the love of money is the root of all evil. My best friend is going through cancer. Can you pray for her, please? Um, Darcy, if you would, go to my channel and hit my, um, I've got my email up on there, and send me an email. If your best friend is interested in looking at alternative ways, I have been blessed to be able to learn and see, behold with my eyes, things that have been a very great blessing to people in that. Yes, I will pray for your friend. I don't make my prayers public like a lot of people do. Jesus said, "Don't do that." When you pray, pray to your Father in secret, and He that sees in secret shall reward thee openly. Um, but Jesus said it's the hypocrites that pray to be seen of men, and I've said it over and over again. If anyone prays, there's only one reason to pray on a camera with a microphone, and that is to be seen and to be heard of men. You know. Um, Praying to the Father in secret. He sees in secret. I will. Yeah, that was one of the things. The love money. Yeah, okay. One of the things that got me in what it was like a 3-month period where my channel was completely just blacklisted from any exposure for 3 months because they put me in what's called they called it medical misinformation prison. I call it the prison. And they made me go through a re-education process of taking a test to determine what they say is misinformation. And it was ridiculous. And so I went through it, and they still held me in a prison for like 3 months where I got no exposure. And then when I came out, it seems like I've gotten more exposure, but no, it is what it is. I just know that they've got it so that we have to self-censor on this platform to keep from telling the truth about a lot of things that they don't want people to know. And so, it's wise to do some kind of self-censoring, but I just don't like that they'll literally shut you down. And there's a lot of people that need to hear the truth about a lot of things, you know. The number one thing is the gospel of Jesus Christ, and they allow every version of that on their platform, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna end this stream here though. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one, hopefully. Peace.